Ever wondered why parents always say no? Is it to stop us from having fun, or is there something more to it? Meet 6-year-old Sid Thakur, a curious little girl with big questions and an even bigger heart. When every no feels unfair, she sets out on a journey to uncover the truth. What she discovers will touch your heart and change how you see the world. This isn't just a story. It's an experience every child, parent, and dreamer needs to hear. Stay with us, because this is one journey you don't want to miss. Why Parents Always Say No by Sid Thakur. Sid Thakur was a 6-year-old girl with bright blue eyes that sparkled like the morning sky, and a head full of brown curls that seemed to bounce with her every step. She was an adventurous soul, always curious, always asking questions. But there was one question that had been troubling her lately. Why do parents always say no? It started one sunny afternoon. Sid was playing in the front yard, wearing her favorite blue skirt, when she saw a group of older kids riding their bicycles down the road. They laughed and shouted as they raced each other. Sid's excitement bubbled over, and she dashed into the house, her cheeks flushed. "Mama, Papa, can I ride my bike to the park with the big kids?" she asked, her voice full of hope. Her parents exchanged a glance. Her mother set down her teacup, and her father paused his work on the laptop. "No, Sid," her mother said gently. "You're too young to go alone." Sid's face fell. "But why? I'm a big girl. I can do it." Her father smiled. "We know you're big and brave, but it's not safe. The road is busy, and you're still learning how to ride carefully." Sid sighed. This wasn't the first time she'd heard no. Last week, she'd wanted to stay up late to watch a movie, and her parents said no. The week before, she'd asked for a big bowl of ice cream before dinner, and again, the answer was no. It was always no. That evening, as Sid lay in bed staring at the glow-in-the-dark stars on her ceiling, she decided she needed answers. Why did parents always say no? Was it some secret rule they all agreed upon? Did they just not understand what it felt like to be a kid? The next day, Sid made a plan. She would find out why. Sid decided to start with her neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Mehta, who had a teenage daughter. She knocked on their door, and Mrs. Mehta greeted her warmly. "Mrs. Mehta, can I ask you something?" Sid asked, her blue eyes wide with curiosity. "Of course, dear," Mrs. Mehta said, kneeling to her level. "Why do parents always say no?" Mrs. Mehta laughed softly. "Oh, Sid, it's not because we like saying no, it's because we worry about you. We want to keep you safe." "But how will I learn if I can't try things?" Sid countered. Mrs. Mehta nodded thoughtfully. "That's true, but some things are too dangerous to learn on your own. We say no because we love you." Sid wasn't entirely satisfied with this answer, so she decided to continue her investigation. Next, she visited her grandparents, who lived a few houses away. They were sitting on the porch, enjoying the winter sunshine. Nana," Sid began, climbing onto the porch swing. "Why did you always say no to Mama and Chachu when they were little?" Her Nani chuckled. "Oh, we didn't say no all the time." "Yes, you did," Sid's mother called out from inside, overhearing the conversation. "You said no to everything fun." Her Nana laughed. "We said no because we were scared. Parents don't want their children to get hurt or make mistakes. Sometimes we forget that mistakes are part of learning." Sid considered this. It made sense, but it still didn't feel fair. "So, you didn't say no because you didn't want Mama and Chachu to have fun?" "Of course not, Beta," her Nani said, pulling her into a hug. "We just love them too much to take chances." That night, Sid lay awake again, thinking about what she'd learned. Parents said no because they loved their children and wanted to protect them. But couldn't they love and protect without saying no all the time? The next day, Sid decided to test her theory. She asked her parents if she could bake cookies by herself. Her mother hesitated. "Sid, the oven is very hot. It's not safe for you to use it alone." "But I've watched you bake so many times. I know how to do it," Sid argued. Her father chimed in. "How about we bake together? You can do most of the work, and we'll handle the oven." Sid thought about it. It wasn't exactly what she wanted, but it was close. "Okay," she agreed. As they baked, Sid realized something. Her parents didn't say no to ruin her fun. They said no because they wanted to make sure she was safe while she had fun. Over the next few weeks, Sid started noticing things she hadn't before. When her parents said no, they often offered alternatives. When they refused to let her play outside after dark, they suggested a board game indoors. When they said no to candy before dinner, they promised dessert afterward. One day, Sid's family visited a park. She saw a little boy climbing a tall tree while his mother stood nearby, shouting, "Be careful!" The boy slipped, and his mother caught him just in time. Sid turned to her own parents. "Is that why you always say no? Because you're scared I'll get hurt like that boy?" Her mother nodded. "Exactly, Sid. We want you to explore and enjoy life, but we also want you to be safe." Sid smiled. "I get it now. You don't say no because you don't trust me. You say no because you love me." Her father hugged her. "That's right, Sid. And as you grow older and learn more, we'll say no less often."